Here's Dr. Lance Davis.
What we do with the hyperbaric oxygen chamber is enrich that area with oxygen, allowing it to sort of wake up and rebuild those microscopic blood vessels. When we do this, that area can start to normalize and set the stage for it to heal. We were very fortunate and earned the accreditation with distinction, which is actually the highest rung. What it means is the community can be very assured that we are performing this in an impeccably safe manner.
Dr. Lance Davis is a board-certified family physician at Roper St. Francis Healthcare, and he says that exercise and eating a healthy diet are up to each of us. Dr. Davis, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Dr. Davis, you stress that it is very important for people to take their health very seriously, and you also make a good point that we cannot change our genes, but we certainly can control our lifestyle. What do you mean by that?
Well, people say, well, maybe I'm predestined to be overweight. We do have people of all different body sizes, certainly. And some people may tend to put on weight more easily, but that doesn't mean that they have to be at an unhealthy weight. We have control within that range that our genes do give us, and that's where we should focus our attention and our efforts.
So does that mean that we are born with a certain number of fat cells, and some people are just going to be skinny and some people may just be heavier? And you use this sponge as an example of how to think about this issue.
Fat cells are just storage places for energy that comes from food. When we overeat, we take in more than we burn off, we're going to store that energy as fat. And some of us are born with more fat cells than others, but still a normal amount. As we grow, and if we overeat, we will actually add fat cells to that layer of fat, and over time that makes it easier to accumulate more fat. So just like this sponge, we can fill the sponge with fat, and then once it's filled and we continue to overeat, more sponge or more fat cells will be added, and those will stay with us through our life. It's harder to lose that weight when you have more potential to store that extra weight. And that can happen during the prepubescent years especially, so it's very important to keep kids active, burning off calories, and not overeating.
والنتائج من زيارتكم للمستشفيات العراقية. The first question, doctor, is what is the goal and the conclusion of your visit to the Iraqi hospital?
The goal was to help the Civil Affairs Group to assess the needs and status of the local hospitals in the Wasat province. I've seen hospitals in Asuera, Al-Kut, Al-Hay, Numanaya, Shire, and Mafakia.
The bends is a condition that a scuba diver or commercial diver, Navy diver might get, deep sea diver. When you go under pressure underwater and you're breathing air or a mix of gases, you're actually driving nitrogen at high levels into your tissues, higher than the tissues are used to. When you come back to the surface and the pressure is less, if you're unlucky or didn't plan well, that can actually fizz out like a can of Coke with that fizz that comes out. Of course, that's carbonation, but this is nitrogen. When that happens, that can create blockages in blood flow, pain in the joints, various things. We call this is decompression sickness, commonly called the bends because historically it made people bend over with the pain.